Confidentiality agreements are a crucial part of many business relationships. But what happens when they're breached? This video will explore confidentiality agreement defenses, including breach scenarios, potential penalties, and legal remedies. A breach of a confidentiality agreement occurs when someone discloses information they've agreed to keep secret. This can happen in various ways, such as publishing confidential details in written or online media, verbally revealing information to unauthorized parties, or even through non-verbal communication. When accused of breaching a confidentiality agreement, defendants have several potential defenses. They might argue that the information wasn't actually confidential, or that it was already in the public domain. Another defense is prior disclosure, where the information was shared with third parties before the agreement was in place. In some cases, a defendant might claim mutual breach if both parties failed to uphold their obligations. Confidentiality agreements, also known as non-disclosure agreements or NDAs, can take different forms. They may be unilateral, where only one party is bound to secrecy, or mutual, where both parties agree to keep information confidential. The level of restriction can vary, from least restrictive agreements that only limit disclosure of financial terms to highly restrictive non-compete clauses. When a breach occurs, there are several legal remedies available. Courts may award monetary damages to compensate for financial losses resulting from the breach. Injunctive relief might be granted to prevent further disclosure of confidential information. Some agreements include liquidated damages clauses specifying a predetermined amount payable upon breach. In employment contexts, a breach could lead to termination. Confidentiality agreements play a vital role in various business contexts. They're commonly used in employment contracts, business transactions, intellectual property protection, and litigation settlements. These agreements help safeguard sensitive information and maintain competitive advantages. However, it's important to note that confidentiality agreements have limitations. They cannot override legal obligations to disclose information, such as in response to a court order or during regulatory investigations. Additionally, courts may refuse to enforce agreements that impose unreasonable restrictions on employees or business partners. To reduce the risk of breaches, organizations should implement preventive measures. This includes carefully drafting contracts, providing thorough training on confidentiality obligations, and implementing robust security protocols to protect sensitive information. In conclusion, understanding confidentiality agreement defenses is crucial for both those seeking to protect information and those bound by such agreements. While these contracts are powerful tools for safeguarding sensitive data, they must be carefully crafted and reasonably enforced to be effective. When in doubt about confidentiality obligations or potential breaches, it's always advisable to consult with a legal professional.